Macca's Guides.
Hey everyone, Macca here, and welcome to my collectibles guide for all of the moon ancestor locations in COCOON. There are a total of 11 of them, and you're free to grab them as you play through the game, or feel free to complete the game, and then from the main menu you can press load and mop them up using the individual checkpoints. Each moon ancestor also has a specific name. For example, this one's called Off the Beaten Path, and it's located at the 14% checkpoint. This is going to be the first one in the game, and therefore probably the easiest, but once you start, you should be able to go up a small platform, and there will be a small fork in the road where you can stick to the left instead of continuing forward to interact with the platform and complete this collectible. The next one can be found at the 25% checkpoint. It's actually just behind where we start at this checkpoint, so you can get it earlier, but basically from that checkpoint you can backtrack just slightly onto the bridge that you came from using the orange orb to find a hidden bridge that leads to the left. Here you can head up the staircase on the backside onto the small zone where you can interact with the collectible. Next up, not long after that, we can grab Mesh Network at the 27% checkpoint. Here you'll open a door and gain access into a new area. You'll use the node to rotate the platform that you can then use to get across the gap. But if you rotate it one extra time so that the platform faces to the bottom left corner, you'll now be able to navigate to a secret path that leads back down towards the screen and then off to the right-hand side. Follow this path to the end and then go up to the top of the screen to find the next moon ancestor. Checkpoint 32%. This is the fourth collectible named End of the Line, and this is right when you empower the green orb. I will fast forward during some of these clips as I don't want to show you too much gameplay that you probably already know the solution to. So you can grab the green orb and start navigating through the pillars in order to get a little bit further towards where you have to go to complete the story. At some point here, you're going to go and navigate across these pillars, and you might want to get off, but you want to keep going. There are 2 more stops you can get through that lead to a staircase into a pit. You can then go across this pit, up a small ramp, and find your next collectible. For the fifth one, it's on checkpoint 46%. This one is known as Skin Deep, and you'll begin this little chapter by navigating into the area using a small platform. Now, there's going to be a lot of puzzle solving here, but for the basics, you're going to want to grab the orange orb, and then you're going to want to take this orb and throw it into a slide. That slide will take it across a gap that you're not able to otherwise access. You can then take the orb and put it into the receptacle in order to generate a walker. With the walker now activated, you can bring him back to the central platform and extend the bridge so he joins you in the main area here. Instead of navigating to the middle where we started, navigate straight down after doing this, and you'll find a little bit of a secret area that requires 2 input switches in order to activate. So put your little walker friend on the platform on the left just because it's closer. You can then snatch the orb, which will make him stay here. You can then go over to the right hand side and activate the other push pad, and here you'll spawn the moon ancestor in the middle, where you can then walk in the extended bridge right down the top center and interact with it. We're about halfway through now, 52%. We can get the different destinations Moon Ancestor after opening the large gate in front of us. Let's fast forward a little bit, but you'll navigate forward, pushing the walkers onto push pads, and then you can launch them both across the gap. After you launch both of them, they should stand on the push plates automatically, which will extend the bridge for you. This is mandatory to make progress in the game, but what's not mandatory is this very missable collectible, where you can go down and to the right, and if you kind of rub up against the edge of the walkway here, you'll reveal a secret area. This secret area leads to a staircase, which leads to a Moon Ancestor. Next up, we have one named Conduit during chapter 63%. This is the longest chapter in the game, I think. But if you grab the orange orb, you can start with any color you want, but specifically for this collectible, we'll do it on orange. And you'll want to take that and navigate to the left-hand side. You'll have to interact with a node to link the bridge. You can use the push plate to gain access into the basement. This one's pretty tricky. If you don't spot it, you'll never find it. Go down to the bottom of the screen where the pipes are broken. You can then go through one of the pipes and exit out the back side. You can put down your orb if you want to, and then you'll be able to basically create a ramp or bridge to interact with the collectible. The next one is at chapter 81%, known as Cryptographer. This one is generally pretty easy, although it just requires a lot of work to get to it from where we spawn in chapter select. So the white orb will open up the central item in the middle there, and then you can put the green orb in the middle, put the white orb on the right side to make a platform that we can navigate across. You can then move the white orb over to the left, and you can jump through to make another platform you can navigate across. And then once you reach here, instead of making the turret shoot downward, go inside and grab the white orb, bringing it back into the green world. Now, take it up and diagonally to the right in order to find a little bit of a hidden area. Stand in the middle and shoot in the correct order, which is up, down, left, then right. If you do this correctly, it will extend a bridge a little bit further, allowing you to grab this somewhat tricky one. Even though it's easy to find, the solution isn't that easy. Closing the gap now, we are at chapter 84%. This one is called The Space Between the Stars. You'll start by spawning kind of near the middle here. Grab the white orb and bring it into the orange world. You can then use the orb to shoot the prism off on the right-hand side. This will move a platform for you. You can get on the platform, activating the node to get across the gap. This one is actually really simple, and I think a lot of people will find it through natural progression. Go through the teleporter, place down the white orb, and get the green one instead. Go back into the orange orb with the green orb in hand. And here there are pillars near the top. Activate those pillars to get to the collectible. You probably checked here because you thought this is where you were supposed to go. I think the next chapter from the previous one is 86%. So once you're ready, you'll start here. Take both of the orbs up towards the door. When you place both of them, it will open the door, and this will allow us to make progress in the game. With the door open, both of the orbs will reveal themselves again. Grab the white orb and bring it over to the platform. Then you can use the node to move the platform over. And this is the first time we're actually going to teleport to the orb. So go up the bridge that we just opened and use the teleporter on the left-hand side. This will teleport you to your white orb. This is a new mechanic you just learned. And once you do this, you can snatch up the white orb that's now made itself across the platform. and there's a very easy pathway directly above you. You might want to check this one out, as there is a collectible here. Go to the very top and interact with the small little ruins on the ground in order to grab this one. Last but not least, 11 out of 11 at the 97% interval. You can solve this puzzle in order to generate yourself a light buddy. You do that by looking at the reflections in the water, and this should generate you a little friend that you can now exit the area with. So exit the area to return to where we came from, and then start going towards this bridge. You'll notice the kind of glue trap that will snatch up your friend. Don't worry. Put the green orb down and then return down the bridge. Grab your light friend and then head on through the teleport to teleport back to your green orb. Now that you're here, snatch up your green orb and continue along the path, putting down this gate automatically. In this next area, you may be tempted to take the pillar. Instead, there's a very sneaky slide just behind it. Throw your green orb inside of there, and then let's backtrack a little bit to our teleporter. You will lose your little light friend here. Don't worry about that. You can just pick him up again at the bottom of this bridge. And you want to do that just to save yourself time later on. Then go up the stairs and through the teleporter to teleport to your green orb, which is now conveniently located next to the final moon ancestor. Interacting with this will unlock the Loophole Maneuvers achievement. At this point, you only have about 10 to 15 minutes left of the game, and if you followed along with this video, you will have all of the achievements or trophies. Don't forget to drop a like, share the video with a friend. Special thanks to everyone on Patreon for supporting the show, and hopefully I see you soon. Peace.